Welcome back to another video in our beginner VJ course. In this tutorial, we will discuss the importance of using proper codecs in Resolume for playback of our video files. Now, this is essential for making sure that Resolume is running efficiently, so I'm going to show you exactly how we can make that happen. So yeah, let's hop right into it. Alright, so when we're operating in Resolume, we want to make sure that we're using the right format of our media files, so selecting the right codec for the clips we use in our composition is one of the most important factors in determining efficient performance for playing back video files. You're probably familiar with common codecs like H.264 or file extensions like .mov, .mp4, and so on. And although Resolume supports these extensions, the software actually has a native codec designed specifically for media playback, and that is their own DXV codec. Resolume's DXV codec is a GPU accelerated codec, and what this means is you can essentially work on much higher resolutions and frame rates with much lower CPU and RAM usage in comparison to other codecs. Now, it's very easy to convert, let's say, a MP4 file to Resolume's DXV, and this is done through a program called Resolume Alley. So you might have noticed that whenever you install Resolume on your computer, it puts three different programs, and that's going to be either Resolume Avenue or Resolume Arena, Resolume Wire, and Resolume Alley. So Resolume Alley is this little pink A here, and then whenever we open that up, you can see that we have an option to drag and drop our files in here. So let's do just that. And we're going to take one of my video files here, which is an MP4 file originally, and we're going to drag and drop that into Resolume Alley. And then once we do so, you can see that we have our clip over here in the left-hand corner. Now this will show our original codec, the resolution of the video, as well as the FPS of the video, the length, file size, and so forth. And we can actually drop more than just one clip, image, whatever, here in Resolume Alley. So you can do a batch of a bunch of different clips and video files with image files as well. So here's an image file that I'll go ahead and drop in here. And you can actually convert them both at once. However, I'm just going to show you one at a time for now. So let's click on this yin and yang clip. We're going to hit convert one file. And then you can see that we have a bunch of different options to work with here when we are trying to convert it over to DXV. Now, we actually have some other options outside of DXV codec, which would be like ProRes, H.264, which is originally in, Motion JPEG. But we're going to stick to DXV as that is the most efficient codec to be ran in Resolume. It runs the fastest. I would recommend to use ProRes if you are working with Resolume's new 10-bit color feature that was dropped in the new update for Resolume 7.24, but we will talk about that in a future tutorial because there's a lot that goes into that. So for now, let's stick with DXV. Then we have other options such as our format, which you can see here that we have both options for normal quality and high quality, as well as an option for an alpha channel or without one. Now, I would recommend that you stick to the default normal quality, as whenever we are converting in Resolume Alley, you will notice that the file size after it's finished converting is dramatically increased from, let's say, the original file size of 156 megabytes in this instance. So we'll pay attention to what the file size is after we convert this, but I'm going to guess that it's going to be around the 2 gigabyte range. So it's quite a big difference as far as how much the file size increases. So if we are going to be converting anything in a high quality, you'll notice that it's much higher than what we'd convert in a normal quality. So you will run out of space a lot quicker on your computer. So I would recommend just sticking to the normal quality. It should be on par with the original file's video quality anyways. So we'll leave that on default. And then for the size here, you can adjust the resolution. So if you wanted to jump it up to, let's say 4K, this is where you would do that. And then we can also turn off the audio if there's any within the clip. And then we also have options to trim. So you can also do that here where we could just trim up the video to certain parts that we want it to start or end. But yeah, let's go ahead and queue this file up and then we can watch it convert. And again, you can do this in batches, so you can convert a bunch of different video files or image files at once to speed up the process. But Alley is actually fairly quick in terms of converting codecs. And in my experience, it's a lot faster than, let's say, other programs like Adobe's Media Encoder. Now, for those that are familiar with the Adobe suite, you can in fact convert your files over to DXV with an Adobe Media Encoder. However, I would recommend that we stick to Resolume Alley for the simple fact that it is free and Media Encoder is not. Now, with that being said, let's hop back over into Resolume Alley, and we can see that the file that we queued up is now finished. So if we hover over it, we can actually select this folder icon, and that'll take you straight to the file location. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what the file size is for this one. And so it is 1.84 gigabytes. So I was kind of close with that 2 gigabytes guess. In comparison to our 156 megabytes, which is a significant difference in file size. So now you see what I mean by whenever we are converting our files in Alley, how it's going to skyrocket the file size. But let's go ahead and drag and drop this into Resolume Arena. And then I want to show you the difference between a DXV file and a, let's say, an MP4 file, for instance. So if we are letting this run, you might be able to notice that it is a little choppy, but especially, let's say, when we start adding effects and we start adding layers and whatnot, you can just really tell that we have some frame loss issues and just performance issues all around. Even, let's say, when we increase the speed here, you can see that the frames are just jumping around really bad, and it is just not, yeah, that's not going to work for performing live, right? So let's hop over here into the DXV version, and then right off the bat, like, I can tell personally that it's much smoother as far as the FPS. And then let's see what happens when we increase the speed here. Yeah, you can see that there's no issues, we aren't dropping any frames, and it's running very smooth. Just make sure that you are converting everything over to DXV, and that includes your images as well. And if you are doing an image, whenever you convert it, it is very quick. But let's go ahead and throw an alpha channel on here. Cue that up, you can see it's instant. So let's hover over to the file location, and now you can see that our image file was converted over to a movie file. So let's take this and let's drop that into Resolume Arena. And then whenever we click on it, you can see that even though it is a media file or a video file, it is still acting as a static image. However, if you are on a previous version of Resolume, you will have a timeline that is bouncing around. And you might want to hit pause, but you don't have to. But it looks like they fixed that with the newer versions of Resolume. And now it just operates as a static image. There's no transport option to play around with. But you can see that it is a DXV file now instead of a PNG. And what this will do is it'll just make your composition run a lot smoother. If you're dropping a ton of PNGs or other files that aren't converted over into DXV, it can kind of bog down the performance of your composition as a whole. So again, make sure that you convert everything over to DXV and you will have a much smoother composition, which is essential for running live performances. So with that being said, that's going to wrap it up for this tutorial on converting your files over to DXV. And as always, I hope that you guys found this tutorial useful. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.